What's up, everyone? I figured I'm gonna start introducing myself from now on because no one knows my name, man. No one knows my name. I'm CV. What does CV stand for? Cardboards, of course. Let's get into today's video. Today, I wanted to give an update on the Chinese and Japanese Pokemon card market. I don't need to talk about the English side because we all know how crazy that is, especially with the release, or I guess the announcement of the Destined Rivals set that's coming up. So no need to talk about the English side anymore. But what I was surprised is that there's a huge increase in price in Chinese and Japanese products too. I saw Japanese booster box prices stay steady for all of 2 weeks, and I thought, wow, we're getting to some sort of new normal where prices weren't just going up endlessly. But I was wrong. The reason why I thought we've reached some sort of temporary peak is Battle Partners, right? Battle Partners was $120 plus on release day, and this set has slowly but surely trickled down ever since then, and it's settling around, 85 to maybe like 90 bucks on TCG Player. 80 bucks on my website, though, a little bit cheaper. Yeah, so I know Battle Partners wasn't this crazy strong set, but with the current state of the Pokemon market, I expected it to stay around 95 to 100, so it's very nice to see it dip below that. Before I go into some of these other sets and discuss prices and where I think they're headed, I do want to say that Battle Partners and Terastal Festivals are confirmed at getting a reprint, and they should be reprinting on the 22nd, so this week. From what I heard though, these reprints aren't going to be too big or too much volume, so we don't know how it's going to affect the prices or if it's going to come down at all. But on the Chinese side, Chinese 151 is also kind of rumored, kind of confirmed to getting a reprint, and we do expect those prices to come down a little bit. Now, let's get into the good stuff. After what seemed like 2 weeks of steady prices in Japan, we are now seeing a crazy surge once again. I wanted to restock some boxes for the shop, and I just got some absurd quotes. I just felt so helpless because if I were to buy these boxes at these prices, I'll have to upcharge you guys another 10 to 15%, and I just don't think that makes sense. Let me give you some quotes first, and then we'll go on TCG Player and kind of look at the prices and do a little breakdown, right? All right, so Terastal Festivals, I got quoted 100 to 105 a box. Super Electric Charge Breaker, which is the Japanese Surging Spark set, 75 to 80 bucks a box, and Pokemon 151, $120 to $125 a box. I may not have the suppliers with the lowest prices, but those are just the prices that I've been given. There were some other sets that have also increased like crazy, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna go with the three that I mentioned because they are, some of the most recent and also some of the more popular ones too.
First off, let's talk about Terastal.
Because this set is so new, I do expect Pokemon Japan to reprint this set many times over, but I just don't know if it'll affect the prices in any significant kind of way. But my advice to you is that if you want to buy this set to open, I would buy it ASAP before the prices go up even higher. If we look at this TCG Player page, we'll see a bunch of listings at around the $100 mark. Ignore these Korean ones right here. But around the $100 mark. But the problem is the average daily sold is also about 100 boxes. Now, some of this does include Korean boxes, but for the sake of this argument, we'll consider at 100 boxes sold per day. So this means that this entire first page and the entire second page, because there's just not enough stock, right? All this is under 100 boxes. So these entire 2 pages will be gone in about 1 or 2 days. And there won't be any serious kind of resistance level until we hit Nina Harrison, which is selling at 106 plus $2, so 108 a box. And then all the way down to the 4th page, which is Cali. There it is, Cali's Poké Card House, which is 108 plus about 115 a box. So that's kind of scary to think that 3 pages of TCG Player stock could be eaten up in a matter of 1 or 2 days with no increase in supply. That could lead to some problems. And I know that once stuff sells, more sellers are gonna list their inventory onto TCG Player, but I still see Terastal prices going up maybe 10% or more in the next couple of days. We have the same story with Super Electric Charge Breaker 2, which is, again, the Surging Sparks of Japanese. We have about 5 or 6 boxes near the $75 mark, and then you see the price reaches 80 bucks on the very first page. And there really isn't any significant inventory at all either. It does look like this one does sell at around 23 boxes per day, so not as much, but along with that, you don't have as much inventory either. So the entire first and second page could be gone in a matter of a couple of days if there really isn't any newer inventory that's listed. I mean, nothing here. There's no inventory. Now, I know as prices increase on TCG Player, people will look elsewhere for product. I know that eBay still has some listings that are under TCG Player pricing, so check that out if you're looking for a better deal than TCG. This one sits at $75 today, but I could see this one going up to 80 to 85 in a matter of days. Maybe even tomorrow, who knows? We'll see if I'm right or not, but a feeling I'm right. Finally, we have Pokemon 151. Remember when these bosses were 60 bucks, 50 bucks? That was crazy. These are going for 135, volume at 22 boxes per day. But at least with this one, I feel like there was some sort of resistance because as I was looking at it before, there was like a huge block by Cali's Card House. Where was it? Yeah, right here. 100 boxes at 170 a pop. So at least there's some sort of ceiling with this one. But there's only 4 listings for this one under 140. And then we shoot up to 145, 150, and then higher and higher from there. And the scariest thing about this set is that chances are Pokemon Japan is done printing this set. So I know there's a ton of stock in Japan, but if demand keeps on going up and up and the prices continue to rise, this one could reach 175 or higher a lot quicker than you think. So yeah, the Japan market is very tough to play in right now. Maybe once Heat Wave Arena comes out, maybe demand will shift towards there and leave some of these other sets, a little more reasonable. But that set doesn't come out for another month, and it'll be very interesting to see where prices go from here up until that release date. A slight bit of good news though, Chinese Pokemon cards are still on the cheaper end of things. And I know Slims and Jumbos, 151 Slim and Jumbos have gone up in price a little bit, but there was a rumored reprint and I do expect prices to come down a little bit because of that. However, when I listed this set for 60 bucks on my website, someone went in and grabbed all of them and very good play, 10 out of 10 play, like because this set has gone up like crazy. This is the Chinese version of the English Evolving Skies. You can pull the Umbreon VMAX. But next time I get these in, it will have to be at $75 minimum, which is insane. But still cheaper than English. I do know a lot of Sword and Shield products are going out of stock in China because before this whole boom happened, last year no one cared about Chinese Pokemon cards. A lot of prices were actually below MSRP, and because of that, suppliers weren't gonna stock a lot of product because you're losing money selling product. It's just dead inventory at that point. With this huge increase in demand recently, all the cheaper sets have been picked through, and so with no restocks or reprints in sight, that's where you see the Chinese market going up and up from here too. Pokemon is literally a worldwide epidemic at this point, and it makes it's just insane. But I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to keep you guys in the loop on the international markets, tell you guys how the Japanese market is performing, or I guess behaving, the prices of the Chinese markets, all that stuff. So if you like this content, give me a like. I'll continue to keep you guys updated on more news and updates that come out, so stay tuned for that. If you're new here, give me a sub, but that's all I got for you today, man. Have a great day, thanks for hanging out, and